Well, we've been pretty clear on the fact that we think inflation is not transitory, to take a word from the Fed. I think the Fed obviously came to that conclusion as well in December. We think that inflation is going to moderate from its current very high levels of 7%. We do see some lessening of the supply chain. You see that in some of the reports that are actually coming from companies that are talking about their year-end earnings or their current quarterly earnings. And we think that for the most part, that long rates will continue to rise and short rates will go up as the Fed moves interest rates. I don't think the Fed is going to move 50 basis points. I see no reason for Powell to do that. I think he would just unnecessarily ruffle the markets. But you'd certainly expect to see the 325 basis points, perhaps 4, in the coming months. I was a little.
But Peter, just go back on inflation. What are you doing about it? I mean, were you as smart as Bill Ackman appears to have been, for example, about effectively hedging against these increased interest rates?
I won't comment on the relative intelligence of the two people that you were commenting on. But yes, I think we were thoughtful about trying to reduce our duration. I think that was something that we felt pretty strongly about. And thought that rates would go up and that would be a challenging place to be in your portfolios. I still think if you're thinking about what to do in your portfolios over the next 6 to 9 months, you've got to be mindful of having a lot of duration exposure. And you've got to be mindful of having short-term liabilities or short-term assets that have floating rates, because spreads are going to continue to increase. I don't think spreads are stable here. They're not going to tighten. And so, there's real risk in the fixed income market, and allocating more to equities actually makes some sense, or actually buying assets that respond to inflation. Of course, commodities have been on a tear, but real estate's an interesting place to be.